Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading, and it is indeed Wednesday, which means this is your free Wednesday Real Life Stock Review. Hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. So SPY making a higher high today. We don't have a lot to talk about on the indices other than the trend on all time frames is irrevocably bullish. Here's a little bit of a wave count: 1, 2, 3, 4, probably a wave 5. Now technically we made a higher high today, so this could be it, right? This could be the end of the short-term wave 5. I agree that I would like a pullback before we go any higher, but realistically, we don't have to totally get one or specifically get one. Looks good. If I do a fib really quick on a shorter term move, here's a fib on the SPY. I'm gonna base it on, oops, I totally did that wrong. Come over here, move this down to the second candle that really started the move, and right about there. So target 222.81. Now when would we hit that? Well, we could hit it in this range, right? That's absolutely possible. I don't necessarily think so. I think we probably trade up a little bit higher if I had to subdivide that range. Probably about 218 and some change. And the high of today was 217.37. So about 218 and some change, a little bit of a pullback, a buyable opportunity to bounce into 222.81 on a shorter term level. That's my thoughts on the SPY. That's really all I got. This is a very nice short-term 4-day pivot pattern, stair-step pattern. We did break out that bullish, and we are moving just a tad higher as of today on the spiders. Here's your Qs. To kick some with QQQ up very nicely today. Again, still screaming. Got a nice doji on the day from yesterday and slowly cruising up a little bit higher. And your IWN, which is the ETF that tracks the Russell, is trying to make a little bit of a higher high. A great stair-step pattern right here, and if it does break out, honestly folks, we could continue. No reason to try to pick the top on the market right now. Here's Apple, and Apple earnings are coming up soon. I am excited. Here's what I got on the longer term level. Now you'll notice, and you probably got the email, I did email out my article on both Netflix and Apple earnings, and I got it posted here on the website at reallifetrading.com. It's totally free if you want to check it out. So on Apple, here's my notes. Really, this will be absolutely splendid if Apple stays below the 100, showing some bearish sentiment until earnings, then gaps up in the 101 area. I'll be sensationally bullish if that happens. If Apple gaps down a little bit to about the 97 region, I'll be marginally bullish, looking to buy the bounce. If Apple gaps down to the 96 region, I'll be a little bit bearish, maybe waiting for possibly your trade down to here and then possibly buy that dip again. And of course, if we gap up to the 106-ish area, I'll be a little bit bearish, expecting it to possibly trade down all the way back to 102, 103, where I will look to buy the dip. So that's kind of Apple right now. A lot of traders got the 105 covered call for those who have shares August week 1 on ticker symbol AAPL. Now, just to mention something, we have talked a little bit about Pokemon Go and Nintendo recently. There's more. I got some more articles. This is a really good one on Fortune. If you want to get a chance to check it out, here is the link right there. If you want to pause the video and hop over to there, it was on Yahoo Finance. Shouldn't be too hard to find. But here's Apple could generate $3 billion on Pokemon Go. Bottom line, I'll paraphrase the article for you. People are going to make in-app purchases through Pokemon Go, and Apple gets a percentage of in-app purchases. Therefore, Apple could really benefit from this. And $3 billion is not a lot in the world of Apple, but hey, it's kind of free money that they didn't have to work very hard for. So ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people are calling Apple a laggard right now, whatever that means. But if you look at a weekly chart, and you look at these long-term moving averages, I hide all the drawing for just a moment. This really could be a very incredible double bottom if we really start trucking. We've got some really strong lower highs. It is possible that Apple could just go banana sandwich. Doesn't have to, but it's possible. So as you guys know, I'm always loving me some Apple on the long-term level. So there we go. Now talking about Netflix, here's on NFLX at 88.01 at present moment. Here we go. And per this article on that I emailed out early, what was it? What's today? Tuesday morning. Yeah, really early Tuesday morning. Pretty much Netflix gapping down into my buy location, which was 85. The open of Netflix was 85.43. So per my plan, I bought some calls on Netflix. Safe to say, those are doing relatively well right now. A lot of traders in some put sales. So a lot of traders at Real Life Trading are bullish on Netflix from this gap, purely based on the location of the gap and the fact that we've been wanting to get into some Netflix down here. If Netflix can close in the next 56 minutes with a bullish candle like that, and specifically bounce a little bit off this 100 simple moving average on a weekly, my thought process is over the next few days, and weeks that Netflix would slowly creep higher. There's a strong resistance at 88.58, so we can see how that interacted there. So my thought process tomorrow, we probably get a small inside day bearish candle of some kind, and then we trade sideways a little bit and then hopefully pop a little bit higher later this week or sometime early next week. That's just a guess. Of course, I don't know for sure what Netflix is going to do, but down here, I am more bullish than bearish on NFLX. Let's go look at Solar City. Got to give a shout out to my buddy Matt. Matt, I think you hit your target on Solar City. I forget exactly when he got in, but this was a white candle gapping up. He played the retest, traded it, bounced off the 200, broke out, and I think he hit his 2R target today on Solar City. The high of today was 27.48. I know for sure that you're not going to lose on that one, Matt, so great trade. Here's another one from Matt, ticker symbol GNC, and he got into this one bullish. Keep in mind, earnings are right around the corner, but I like the fact that today made a higher high and a higher low. I dig that. 100 simple moving average is going to be a little bit of a target. Since we're giving some love to some traders, got to give a shout out to my boy David Lane. Snagged himself 4.77R on UAL, his first real life stock trade. So David, great job, buddy. Well done. Playing the double bottom off of a support. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. So UAL, Dunzo. Microsoft today, an unbelievably bullish gap. Gapped up right into a very strong resistance. So this was a bullish gap and go. I didn't get a chance to personally play Microsoft bullish. I was watching Netflix really early this morning, and it was between Netflix and Microsoft. Anyway, Latoya Smith knocked Microsoft out the park. Great job, Latoya. Microsoft traded right to its resistance. Has a lot of cloud users coming in. Some really good earnings announcements. And right now we got a high wave candle. So very strong move on Microsoft. What I would like to see is some sideways action here, and then a close or a breakout above the high of today, and Microsoft is gone. It's likely going to continue higher. I think it will excel in the future. And if only we can figure out a way to access the information on Microsoft, I think it can make a really powerful point if it does in fact close above the high. Linderman, Reed, thanks for the puns. Fantastic. All right, that's Microsoft. Looks good. A few more. Here's American Airlines. American Airlines has earnings here pretty soon. Unless American Airlines gaps below the low of the July 12th candle, I'm going to think it's going to be a little bit bullish. A little bit of a pennant pattern here. I think it's a 1, 2, 3, some type of wave forward, and I think American Airlines slowly scoots a little bit higher. Delta, kind of hoping the same thing happens. Again, I think this is a wave 4, and I got the July week 5 covered call on Delta. Expiring not this Friday, but next Friday. Square, ticker symbol SQ. Ladies and gentlemen, good buy low, sell high stock. I've mentioned this one a few times. This is also in our real life summer portfolio. If Square closed above 953 today, looks like an inverted head and shoulders pattern, a really good buy low, sell high, longer term type of trade, at least in my opinion. Tim Walbridge, ticker symbol FXY. He is short the Japanese yen. And again, this is a currency trade, trading it on an ETF. So for those of you who like Forex, yep, you can also trade Forex in the stock market. This is an ETF that tracks the yen. So honestly, a really good play, Tim. Stock trade up right to a very obvious resistance and started rolling over. So my boy Tim is in some puts. He's making money. Good job, buddy. Awesome stuff. MIK, I'm keeping my eyes on Michaels. Had some very interesting gaps the last 2 or 3 days. Here's your good morning star reversal. And if we start making some lower lows, I'll consider Michaels to play bearish. But if it starts bouncing, really good morning star reversal, out of support. So it could also bounce bullish. Kind of a nice little bracket trade on Microsoft. I'm sorry, on MIK, Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for today. If you guys have any stocks you want me to review for Friday, email me, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. Message me on Twitter, add me some nuggets. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook. We're everywhere. We're enriching lives. That's our mission. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.